Assalamu alaikum, brother. How are you?
Is it the weekend? Like you kind of look like the weekend. I'm not gonna lie.
Thank you, brother. This is the second time I got that tonight. Usually I get Drake or DJ Khaled, but
Uh,
I'll take the
I got
weekend. I'll take the weekend any day, brother.
I got a question though.
Go ahead, brother.
What's up with that little flag over there?
Oh, brother, I'm
What's
Yehuda.
up with
I'm
that?
Israeli, brother. I'm Israeli, brother.
Are you okay?
Yeah,
So
brother.
okay. How can I approach this? Because I don't want
Brother,
to assume. I want to know
bro-
before I judge.
brother, ask anything you want, brother, please.
Okay, cool. So like, what are your overall views on what's going on?
Sure. So I think, we can date this back before 1948.
Mhm,
But if you want to go from October 7th, wherever you want to go
of
from,
course.
right? Hamas came in, they attacked, laissez blase. Palestinians came in and followed them in
Mhm.
after the attack. They took hostages from all around the world, from Africa, from India, from Asia, from South
Okay.
America at the
Yeah,
festival. And then Israel had to go do what it needed to do, brother. You spin my block, I spin your block. But what is a
and
Palestinian,
that's
brother? What is a
okay.
Palestinian?
Then
What
then here's
Arab
my
got?
counter.
Yes, brother.
Let's go.
Okay, so okay, so let me run this through.
Sure, brother.
So you started from October 7th, which makes no sense because you can't start a story in the middle.
Oh, well,
Whereas I can't just open a book,
sorry, brother.
read
I
it in the
didn't know where
middle,
you
and
wanted
then
me to
just know
start
what's
it
gonna
at.
happen.
Uh,
Let's
I
go.
saw you wanted a quick rundown. My bad. Well, do you want to start at 19?
Yeah, no, I'm aware of such, but it's 1946 when Israel gained its became Israel. So before Israel, it was Palestine, but then said colonized Palestine.
British mandate Palestine, brother. British mandate Palestine, where Jewish people lived, Christians and Muslims, brother. It was
Yeah,
never. It was
of course, but
yes.
nonetheless, it was still Palestine.
It was never a
To
state.
which
It was
then
never a
it
prime
became Israel.
minister, brother. What Arab dynasty do the Palestinians come from? Because they're not even Arab, brother.
They're Palestinian. What? What?
What?
Oh, sorry. I didn't comprehend that right. I'm not too. I'm not 100% sure on that. However, surely they would come from. I don't know. You know what? I'll have to do my research on that. How?
Yeah.
But
But if you look, brother,
nonetheless,
if you
yeah,
look back at history, take the Bible
mhm.
out of it, take everything out of it. If you go look at
Yeah. Take religion out
architecture,
as a
if you
whole.
look at the background, if you dig under the ground, you will find Jewish. You will find the land to be from biblical times, to be coins with Hebrew on it, Aramaic on it. You will find
Mm.
Jewish things in the land, but you won't find anything Palestinian under the ground, brother.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Okay. That's a very good point.
Let's
However,
go.
this is morality now. So based off what you said, I'm going to assume that you think it's completely fine with a bunch of innocent children getting slaughtered. And
No,
there's one
brother,
thing
I
as well. I
don't.
find this
I don't, brother. I don't. It's a tragedy. It's a
okay.
tragedy. It's not genocide, but it's a tragedy. The thing is,
It is
brother.
genocide.
The thing is,
It, it,
we're
it is.
surrounded. We're surrounded by a bunch of Arab wannabe militaries, brother. And Arab militaries, how they fight is when somebody throws up the white flag and submits, they keep bombing, they keep taking your children, they keep
That sounds a
raping
bit
your
like you
wives.
guys.
Brother, this is how Saudi Arabia became Saudi Arabia. This is how Mecca and Medina became Mecca and Medina, brother. This is the Arab culture, and this is how Israel has to fight. We are not in Europe. We are not in the U.S. We cannot fight in Afghanistan for 20 years. We
So
will get the
okay,
job done, brother. We will get the job done. Now,
so by that, same is going on in Lebanon as well. Then so because you guys have occupied Lebanon,
yes, brother, the south of Lebanon, because the UN isn't doing
and
their
that is
job.
what you
And
call
Lebanon,
brainwashing at big because
no, brother,
number one,
Lebanese Christians are dying by Hezbollah.
by Hezbollah.
Yeah, Lebanese Christians, they're coming to Israel for refuge.
Okay, look, that's beyond my point
Do
now.
you know Lebanon was a Christian country?
I was aware of this, yes,
Okay.
but my point is right now. So you would say Israel's like highly armed in military, yes?
Of course, brother. That's
Okay, cool.
it's
So
not.
you're meaning to tell me that Hamas somehow came in on a helicopter? Bear in mind,
They didn't
Israel's a
they
really intensely.
didn't come in on helicopters. What happened was, during a holiday, they shot out the communications throughout the border,
In
and
Tel Aviv.
basically,
Yes,
yeah,
I'm aware of this, but
basically they.
nonetheless, like, but surely, if it's very, that's my point. Like, if it's so militarized, surely they could fix that within a matter of minutes. It doesn't take minutes to get into the borders.
Well, brother,
It doesn't.
we're a very small country, and we use AI for a lot of things. So now, there's a lot of changes being made, but back then, people were on holiday, people were away.
I'm not talking about back then. I'm talking about literally 2 years ago, two
Yeah,
or 3 years
that's what
ago.
I'm talking about. 2023, we were using AI for a lot of things that, probably we shouldn't have, just because we are such a small population.
How does that come to the fact of that those are two separate things? So you've got the military, and then you've got the people, the technicians working on AI. They're two separate things.
No,
So
brother,
how does that
we
correlate between
we
each
we
other?
we blend AI into the military, and that's why Hamas was
How?
able to
Okay,
attack,
give me.
because they were able to. Basically, we had blimps going across the border.
Mhm.
Hamas shot them down with snipers. Hamas shot.
Yeah, that is crazy. But surely, no, but that's my point. Surely, if you saw that, you would realize, oh, okay, then cool. We need to send our military out because something's going on.
Brother, it was a
Like
holiday. There
none of
wasn't a
this
lot
works.
of people
Yeah, no,
there.
nonetheless, military, by law, they have to stay on their guard. No, so how have they not
There
seen
was there
this?
was a there
See
there
what
was
I
there
mean?
was
There
a
is no
skeleton there was a
correlation.
skeleton crew, just like, during holidays there's a low police presence. There was a
Exactly.
low
So that
troop
makes
presence.
that defies your whole point then, because if there was someone scouting out, how have they not seen Hamas? If they see a big blimps are big, man. I think you're underestimating how big blimps are.
No, brother.
If they've seen one get shot down, they would locate it in a matter of seconds.
Is
Even the lowest feeding countries can
we're,
do
we're
this.
we're not
So you're
we're
meaning to
not we're
tell
not
me
we're not talking about huge blimps. We're talking about, like miniature blimps the size of, maybe like a hot air balloon, right? And we're not talking about.
that's still big?
I I
What?
I
It's
understand that,
still
brother.
big.
I understand that. But again, we're talking about on a skeleton crew. We're talking about not many people were present, and we're talking about during a holiday where people weren't really worried about what was going on the border, because, to be honest, Hamas and Israel were not having their beefs at the time. And if Sinwar attacked when Hezbollah wanted to attack and Iran wanted to attack, there probably might not be in Israel today, but Sinwar attacked early, and that's why intelligence didn't pick that up, because they thought the attack was going to be later on.
Okay, so if that's your point, I don't agree to disagree.
Brother, let me
But
ask you this.
nonetheless,
Let me give you a
it's
hypothetical, just real quick. Let's
okay.
say 6,000 migrants came into the UK tomorrow, right? With
Okay.
snipers, with, firearms, but these were well trained, migrants,
Yeah, but
trained
let's say
by
military.
Al Shabaab, they were trained by ISIS, they were
Yeah.
trained by Hamas, Hezbollah, and they came into
Mm,
the UK and they took out the communications first. So the police couldn't speak to each other, the back channels couldn't get in touch with each
mhm.
other. How would the UK handle that?
Okay, so the UK, what we have is something called border control. So if we were to see this, which Israel does have, because
6,000?
they're a lot more
6,000
armed.
migrants.
Yes, border
coming
control can.
coming coming
If
across
if
the
coming in,
border, coming across the
yes,
border
because
by
if
air,
they,
land, and sea.
can I speak?
Sure, brother.
Yes, like if there are 6,000 migrants, which in your case there wasn't for Hamas, it was a small group. Let's be real.
How small,
But let's
brother?
say there was, I'm pretty sure it was like at most like 15 people,
15
or less.
15
There was
people,
15
brother.
people out there or less.
I mean,
Yes,
I
and
could,
you can't say there wasn't.
brother. I can give you Hamas's
There was a
website.
literal news document.
I could give
There
you
was a
Hamas's
documentary
website
on
right
it.
now, HamasMassacre.net. You can look at the footage yourself. They wore
That's run by.
GoPros, brother.
Okay, then go on then. Go ahead.
I,
Oh,
I,
look at this
I,
right
I
now.
I can't, brother. I'll get banned if I pull up the footage.
Okay, just
But you
you
can
don't have
pull
to
it
pull
up.
up the footage. Yeah, good. What's the website? Is
Sure,
Palestinian
sure.
Israeli.
I think it was Iran's proxies that did it, brother. I think Iran was responsible for October 7th, and I think Iran is having their day in court right now when the Iranian people are fighting for their freedom. Why 16,000 people have been killed in the last 20 days. 16,000 Persian people, brother. Why the news
And
is
do
not
you know how
talking about
many
it.
people?
Why everyone is talking about Palestinians. We're not talking about the
No one's
Persians in Iran. We're not talking about the women that
no
get
one's talking
raped
about the
before they
Syria
get
either. No,
hung. What
uh,
what about Syria,
but
brother?
in Israel,
The Druze that are getting killed, the Alawites that are getting killed, or the Christians that are getting killed, brother? Which one?
everyone who's getting killed. Why are we putting religion into this? This is I'm on the subject of human
Because
rights right
because
now, and you know what's crazy too? Only two countries in the world, the US and Israel, thought food shouldn't be a human right. Isn't that a bit crazy?
thought what should
And
be?
not only
I'm
to
sorry,
mention the war
brother. I
crimes.
missed what you said. What should be a human right?
So do you? Okay, so let's say this. Do you think food and water should be a human right?
Can you say it one more time? I missed the word. I'm sorry. I'm not.
Do you think food? Do you think food and water should be a human right?
Of course I do, brother. And Israel did hold
Okay,
up food and water for 43 days. But you know what, brother? Egypt did too.
there you go.
Egypt did also.
Yeah, no, but nonetheless, this isn't about Egypt. This is
Why
about Israel right now.
why do we blame would you give your enemies food and water, brother?
I mean, it's a basic human right. If there's innocent people there, I mean, number one, that's a war crime.
Brother,
Number two,
we're
it
surrounded
is a
by
base.
wannabe Arabs, brother. We fight like Arabs, we fight like strongmen, and we keep bombing even when they submit.
Okay,
It's
I'm
part
gonna
of
show you.
Arab
I'm
culture,
gonna show you one
brother.
of my friends right now. Okay, his name's Yusuf. He's from Gaza. Where I've been. He can't talk to me as often as he used to because of the Wi-Fi, and it's always disconnecting.
I
He's got to
understand,
use solar
brother.
panels. So
And I
cool,
feel
and I'll show you what he has to live through.
just really quick, I want you to know I feel for any Palestinian that was not involved with the clans, with Hamas, with Islamic Jihad, with Lions Den. They should not be involved in this. But the issue is the U.S. wears uniforms, the IDF wears uniforms, even the IRGC wears uniforms.
There's
Hamas
IDF
doesn't,
soldiers.
brother. Hamas
There's
doesn't. So how do you distinguish? You couldn't even distinguish
so you're
Israelis
meaning
and
to tell me
Arabs
a
on October
child can be a
7th,
part of
brother.
Hamas?
No, yes, brother. There are child,
What?
brother, brother, brother.
What?
Hold on,
Yo.
hold on.
Okay.
Can I ask Google for
Yeah.
us? Can I ask Google for us?
Okay, but if okay, go on. Then. Sure.
Does Hamas have does Hamas have child soldiers?
The issue of child soldiers is a complex and sensitive one. There have been reports and allegations over the years about the recruitment of minors by
Allegations.
various groups, including Hamas. Human rights organizations and international bodies have raised concerns about the use of child soldiers in conflict zones. It's definitely a topic that's been widely documented and debated.
Okay, if you Google right now, you'll find Arab countries talking about Hamas using child soldiers. When you don't give your children up and your husband won't fight for Hamas, they rape your wives. That's what goes on in Gaza.
But there were Israelis literally having a whole fucking thing saying, "Oh, we'll rape Palestinians," and there was literally like where they wanted to make rape a right.
Brother,
I have evidence of
I'm
said
not
this.
saying that's acceptable. I don't think that's acceptable, but you have to realize in a country the size of New Jersey, where people are drafted at the age of 18, you're going to have people who do wrong. You're going to have very immature people in the military, and I'm not saying it's an acceptable thing. It's not acceptable. But when you have to put your life on the line at 18, and when you are brought into a situation that even the US wasn't brought into, or
So that should excuse rape.
an urbanized combat war zone
Okay.
the size of Gaza, I don't know what to say,
So
brother. I mean,
so
the
what
U.S.
is
was
your
in
point right
Fallujah,
now?
brother. The U.S. was in Fallujah. They had a hard time in Fallujah. The numbers were very close.
Okay, so what's your point right now? I'm not getting your point. So you think
Brother,
because
if you got
people are
if you got drafted tomorrow, how many of your friends would probably take their guns, fuck around if you got attacked in the UK? How many of the people in the UK would say, you know what, we were attacked, we're gonna fuck these people up, we're gonna, you know what I mean? You can't say they won't.
yeah, I get you,
Yeah.
but nonetheless, I
And I'm
mean,
not
that's not
saying
my
it's
point.
acceptable. I'm not saying it's acceptable. But when you're drafted in the military at 18 because your country's the size of New Jersey,
So
you really
that's
don't
not my
have a
point.
choice.
That's not my point right now. So wait, let me get this straight. So you think because people are drafted in the military at 18, they think rape should be alright? Is
No,
that what you're getting at?
I I never said that, brother. I said
But that's what I said
I
first. So
said you're
this is why
going
it's
to have
confusing me.
immature people, you're going to have people that do unethical things. I don't find it
Mm.
acceptable. I don't find it to be okay. And rape is never okay, but obviously Hamas thinks it's okay. They do it to their own people.
But I mean, if Israelis are doing it as well, why is it different when Hamas does it? That's just a double
Brother,
standard. So Israel
do
can
you
do
have a
it, but
documented video of Israelis raping women in Gaza?
I have video evidence. Let me find this. I saved this just for this exact conversation.
Okay.
Like
Of women
literally in my
of
save.
women
Watch.
in Gaza being raped.
No, because they're being bombed by you guys. But there probably is. Don't take my word for it, but there probably is. However, it's probably a lot lower because you guys are fucking bombing them.
Brother,
I mean,
do you know what they did find in Gaza? They found a Yazidi sex slave that was taken at 11 years old from Syria, from her village, and was taken by a Hamas member that fought for ISIS. And when he came back, he brought an 11-year-old that he said was his daughter, and the family used her as a sex slave. And she was just taken back to Syria by the IDF at 20 years old. It's all over the news, brother.
Let's go.
okay, the news ran by Israel, which I can never
You
trust
really
because
think the
it's
news
just
is ran by the
propaganda.
Jews, brother?
I never said the Jews. I said Israel,
Brother, I think if the news was ran by Israel, I think we'd have better marketing. I don't think we'd see people, with their kafiyas
and that's why they're
everywhere.
muffling people. That's why they're muffling the whole Palestine thing. I mean, let's be honest. This is about colonization. It was never about getting Hamas. This is just about getting land.
Brother,
Let let's face the
I'm
fact.
so glad you brought up colonization. Brother, who are the biggest colonizers in the whole world? Can I ask you that?
I'm pretty sure the biggest colonizers in the world, the US, maybe the UK.
Shame on you, brother. Shame on you. It is the Arabs, brother. It is the Arabs. They colonized North Africa.
Okay,
They
let me get this
colonized the
right. So
Middle
what they
East. They colonized the Spain. They killed, they pillaged, they raped their way through. And still to this day, the minorities in North Africa and the Middle East don't even know that they're not Arabs. They don't know any other language other than Arabic. They don't even know who their forefathers are, brother. It is
okay, let me
Arabs,
ask this
brother.
now. What date are we going from? Like
Is
what date, what year?
Israel never colonized, brother. Like I said, you can go under the land and you can find history there. So how did they colonize, brother?
Okay, one. So what happened in Germany? Okay, tell me this.
I,
What happened in Germany? How
brother,
did that go?
brother, I'm not
Oh
European.
no, I'm just.
I'm Moroccan
It's not
Israeli,
an opinion
brother.
right now.
I'm Moroccan Israeli.
I'm not.
That
No, I'm saying
but
this
I'm
like.
saying that's not my experience to speak on. I can't speak on.
Oh, okay, cool. So Germany, the whole Holocaust situation happened, and when it all ended, they had several Jews which were misplaced.
That's true.
Germany should have taken them in. However, guess where they sent them?
They sent them to British mandate Palestine.
Mandate Palestine wasn't then back then.
Yes, it was, brother. Do you want to do another AI chat?
Oh wait, yeah, sorry, my bad. Okay, whoa, sorry, my mind's going all over.
You're
So I'm
good. You're
thinking
good,
of
brother.
two different dates: Germany, and then yeah. Okay, so yeah, you were correct. British Mandate Palestine. That's where they got
But do
placed.
you know how many Jews died because the British ended up capping how many Jews could come to their holy land? They only allowed 10,000 Jews in after a certain amount of time.
Nonetheless, that's still a lot of people now.
I mean,
Think of 10,000 people in a room.
yeah,
Think.
brother, think about 6,000 people coming into your land overnight to, rape, pillage, and kill.
I mean, where was this coming from? Like,
October
what
7th,
is
brother.
this?
October 7th.
That was not what happened, though. Let's be honest.
It
Look,
is, brother. It
this
is.
goes straight back to my point of how did the military not see this coming? I mean, surely if there's 6,000 people, it's a lot
Brother,
of people,
brother.
man. Like,
This is not a question I can answer. As BB's right hand man, I am the Israeli Emir, and I can't answer this question. But there will be his day in court. There will be a situation where we do find this out. I don't know
there will
when we
never be
will
a day
find
in
out.
court because colonizers write history. The winners write history, so that we will never know the full truth. But
Brother,
let's be honest right
brother,
now.
you just
If
said
we look
you
at
just
all
said
the
a
facts
truth.
right
You just
now,
said a truth and a false. Colonizers, the Arabs lost. The Israelis won, brother. So yes, the winners do write history, but the colonizers do not write history, brother.
exactly, so they can miss out pieces. Right now, Israel is winning. Let's be honest. We can see this within the APAC, within the US. The fact that Israel's like literally given the prop like.
Brother,
Okay, let's not
do you know
let's
what
stop the
APAC is, brother?
propaganda.
Do you know what APAC is?
Yes, it's the money institution that is funded by Israel and the US. Like they borrow money and then you know what I
It's
mean?
from American Jews, brother. The money goes from American Jews. Just like, have you ever heard of
But it's
Rare?
in association. It's in association with Israel.
No, no, it's not, brother.
It is.
There
I don't know
is
where you
no.
haven't heard this. It is,
I've heard it, but it's not true.
but it is because it's
Should we
documented.
ask?
What?
Should we ask? Should we ask?
I'll ask for you.
Is is the Jewish organization APAC a American Jewish owned organization?
Yes, APAC, which stands for the American Israel Public Affairs Committee, is indeed an American organization. It's a pro Israel lobby that advocates for U.S. policies that support Israel. While it's largely made up of American Jewish individuals and supporters, it's not owned by any
There you
single
go.
entity.
It's in
It's
association with
a
Israel.
coalition of members and supporters from across the U.S.
Exactly, brother. It's not owned by any Israelis. There's no Israelis in it.
Oh, did
They're
I
all
say
from the
owned?
U.S., brother. No, but I'm saying there's no Israelis in it, brother. It's all the U.S. Now let's ask, how many other countries have organizations like this?
Quite a few. I mean, I
Absolutely.
could list
There's
some.
several organizations that focus on advocacy and lobbying in the U.S. related to different countries and causes. For example, there's the Council on American Islamic Relations, CARE, which advocates for Muslim Americans, and there are also organizations like the American Jewish Committee, AJC, and many others. Each of these groups plays a role in shaping U.S. foreign policy and domestic issues from their own perspectives.
Brother,
Okay.
every country, every culture has lobbying in the U.S. It's nothing new. And I'm not saying it's a great thing. I'm not saying it's the most acceptable thing, but it's how the U.S. works. But APAC has nothing to do with Israel, brother. It was never discovered by
But
Israel. It was never part of
but it
Israel.
just said
No,
but it just said it though.
it
Like
didn't,
the whole
brother.
point
It
of
said,
APAC
brother,
is to fund Israel
I
military.
could read it back to you, brother. It says,
I
yes,
can read it back to you too.
APAC is an
Like let me
American
wait. Let me ask this: are you in Israel currently?
right now.
Yes.
No, I'm in the U.S. because I travel. I'm a music engineer. I travel back and forth
Okay,
from
but
Tel Aviv.
your media is still run by Israel. Okay, so let me read it from the UK's.
Okay,
All right,
brother. Well,
you ready?
is that the BBC? Because they've been running a lot of fake stories, brother.
Yeah, no, I don't listen to the BBC.
Okay,
The
okay,
BBC's propaganda parade.
okay. Cool,
Like,
brother. Cool.
all right, here we go. Let's see.
Hold on. Can you just let me know who the source is? That's all I ask, and then you can
This
read.
is an AI overview.
Okay.
Okay, so I'll read out exactly what it says. No, APAC states it does not receive funding from Israeli government. Instead, it's funded by American citizens and organizations, but it strongly advocates for policies supporting Israel, receiving large contributions from wealthy U.S. donors and Republican billionaires trying to influence U.S. politics. APAC is an American lobbying group focused on strengthening U.S.-Israel ties, funded by its millions of American members and major donors, not direct Israeli government funds, and operates independently of foreign governments. How APAC is funded, American donors. Oh, we've already went through that. The key points: no direct Israeli government funding. APAC emphasized that it doesn't take okay, I didn't spell it right. Doesn't take direction from or receive funds from any foreign government, including Israel, according to the organization's official statements. So nonetheless, it's still funding the military. So it is
Brother, it
associated
literally
with
just said
Israel.
it. It literally just said Israel has no part. It is American Jews. Just like CARE, brother. CARE is an organization that supports Muslims.
Oh, okay. Well, I just found that. Okay, cool. Sorry, like I just saw the highlighted words and went, oh, okay, cool then.
No,
All
you're
right,
good,
cool.
brother.
Yeah, all right, I understand that now.
And it's just the U.S. thing, brother. Lobbying is a thing that I don't technically agree with it. The tobacco companies lobby, drug companies, OxyContin, they all lobby, brother. I
Mhm.
mean, it's just how things work in the U.S. I don't think it's the greatest thing for the world, but all these countries, all these cultures, they all have their organizations. So it's not anything that just Israel has or the Jews have. It's everybody has it, brother.
Yeah, it's a communal thing. Yeah, cool, I get it. But okay, let's stretch back to the topic of you said that this isn't a war. This is a war, not a genocide.
No, no, I said it is a war. It's a tragedy, but it's not a genocide. A
Okay, but
hundred
let's
and
use the logic
fifty.
here. Let's use the logic here. So if there's an ongoing war, there is hospitals gone. Do you know how many hospitals there are in Gaza?
Yeah, there's a lot of hospitals, and sadly,
Yeah, how
Hamas
many though?
puts. I don't know the exact number, but I know there is a lot
36,
because
right?
people.
There's 36.
Okay.
Okay, I guess how many of them have been bombed?
I'm gonna guess 36.
Bang on. Yeah. So, and I know what your point is. Oh, Hamas was in the hospitals. Oh, this that. So,
No,
do you
they
think?
they
Let's
put
say.
their they put their they put their underground network under these places on purpose because it makes news stories, because it triggers people, because it upsets the rest of the world, and they do a great job when it comes to the marketing war. They are definitely winning the marketing of the war. But is it justified if a terrorist is under a hospital? Is it justified if a terrorist is in a daycare to bomb them? Does it go against international law? No, it doesn't. If a terrorist is in a hospital,
So you're saying
you can bomb a
so you're
hospital,
telling me
brother.
if okay, so you're telling me if a terrorist is in a daycare and there's several children there, just let's say that you think the entire daycare should be bombed.
N- I don't, but if it's
But
Simwar
that's what you
or
just said.
if it's
But that
Simwar
is
or if
what
it's
you just said.
somebody like Ayatollah Khomeini, yeah, you got to do what you got to do, brother. If it's
I
Osama bin
mean, that
Laden,
is just
yeah, brother, you got to do what
morality
you got to do,
completely
brother.
fucked. Okay, so let's
Bro-
say this. Let me
brother,
put
to
this.
take
So
down the
let's
head of
say
Hezbollah, Israel had destroyed a whole block, 5 buildings
okay.
of apartments.
Let me
Do
let me
you
get
do you
this.
know why he put his complex under there? To make sure as many
Am
people
I gonna be
died.
able to talk?
Yes,
Like,
brother. Yes. Can I ask you one thing?
okay,
Just one thing, real quick, because you're asking a
said
lot
I
of
could talk.
questions. Sure. Can
I
you,
di- I asked.
brother,
No, that's taking the piss.
brother,
Oh my
brother?
god! I'm asking a lot of questions and I've barely
Well,
spoken.
no, 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 no. You just asked me about the hospital,
I,
so
I can replay this.
I
I
was
can replay
I, w-
this to
I
you.
was just going to ask you. Can I ask you a question back, brother?
Go ahead, man.
Okay.
You can go ahead.
Can you tell me, where all the pretty Palestinian parades, the kafia, can you tell me where that's from, brother?
I mean, you've just said it. Okay, just let's rewind this. Okay, so just state that question again.
The kafia, right? At
I know,
all,
I know. I mean, like, just state the whole question again,
sure,
like
sure.
word for word.
Where is the kafia from, brother? That the
That
Palestinians wear?
that wasn't the whole question you asked me. If you want, I can just replay it for you. Okay, let's do that. Um, so I'm listening to it. So the Palestinian parades.
Yeah.
Okay, so the Kathia. I'm not too educated on that actually.
Okay.
So if you want, I'll research it myself. So
Sure.
the Kathia. How would I
Sure.
spell this? Okay.
I don't know because it's not real. Yasser Arafat stole it from Iraqis from Kufa, and it's
Mhm.
actually a smock. So Palestinians have stolen a lot of things in culture. And I guess I wonder, brother, when everyone is throwing up the kafia saying free Palestine, every time I talk to an Iraqi brother, they're now pissed because they can't wear their heritage, they can't wear their culture without being looked at as a terrorist. And it's really upsetting, brother. So I
That's like the same. Okay, so let's use this for an example. So that's like me saying, "Oh, Trump's funding a bunch of shit that shouldn't be funded for." So the U.S. flag for everyone makes them all look bad,
Oh my
no,
god.
brother, you just see every Palestinian talking about the kafia is their pain,
and that's
their
my point. Like
struggle,
you
but
see,
it's not,
okay,
brother. It's not.
let me reword this then.
It's
So you see Trump.
Iraqis from the sure, brother.
Let's do a mind map right now. So let's do this. So you've got Trump, and then you got the U.S. citizens.
Yes, brother.
Based off the flag, you think every single U.S. citizen is a piece of shit. Is that what you're saying?
What?
Like
No,
you'd think they're associated with Trump.
no, brother, because the last person I spoke to before you was from Rwanda, and he said, regardless of Trump, he loves the U.S. people. Nobody thinks of the U.S. that way, brother.
Yeah, no, and exactly. If no one thinks of the U.S. that way, no one should think of the Arab countries that way. Iraqis, no one should think
But
of them that
that's what
way.
I'm
So
saying, brother. Palestinians are not Arabs. Iraqis are not Arabs, brother. The smock is not an Arab thing.
so what? The Palestine flag, is that what you're saying? So that
No, the
isn't.
kafia, brother. The kafia. The
Yeah, I'm Pakistani Palestinian.
okay,
So
okay.
yeah,
So your mom is Pakistani or your mom is Palestinian?
mom's Palestinian, dad's Pakistani.
Okay, that's cool. That's cool,
Mm.
brother. Um, do you know where your mom is originally from?
Funnily enough, Gaza.
Okay.
Yeah, like I have family there, and they've been killed.
I'm sorry to
So
hear that,
like
brother.
talking about this is a very touchy subject,
Yeah, I'm sorry to
but
hear that, brother.
it is what it
And
is.
honestly,
Yeah,
like
it
I
is,
said,
and it's
brother,
kind of like
I don't wish no bad on, like I said, no innocent person, brother. And
yeah,
honestly,
no, but
I'm
then
sorry to hear.
but the thing that's getting me is that you said that this is a war, not a genocide, but it
It is,
clearly is.
brother.
It's
It's not. It's
a war.
brother.
Look, hear me
We
out.
have to think of this.
State a
We
war.
have to keep the
Okay,
feelings
state
out
a
of it,
war.
brother. We have to keep the
I'm keeping my
feelings out of
feelings
it.
out of it.
And at the
I
end
am,
of the
but
day, brother,
this is my point right now.
at the end of the day,
Look, you're
here,
dodging my question. Uh,
what?
like, listen
Hold
to
on,
me.
hold
Just
on.
listen to me.
We'll ask.
Can you?
What is a genocide?
A
Genocide refers
genocide
to
is
deliberate
when.
systematic
Oh,
destruction of a national, ethnic, racial, or religious group. The term was coined in the 20th century and it's recognized under international law. It typically involves acts such as killing members of the group, causing serious bodily or mental harm, and deliberately inflicting conditions that would bring about the group's physical destruction. It's considered one of the gravest crimes against humanity.
Is the war in Gaza a genocide?
The classification of a conflict as genocide is a complex and sensitive issue. It typically involves a thorough legal analysis by international bodies and courts. While there have been various allegations and concerns raised about actions in Gaza, whether it meets the legal definition of genocide would depend on detailed investigations and findings by international tribunals or courts.
You could say it's a genocide. I could say it's not a genocide. But as long as the population is growing, as long as there's the Palestinian people from 1948, brother, can I ask you why it's okay? Why we don't talk about Egypt, how they close their border, why we don't talk about how their wall
I
is
mean,
bigger than Trump's?
people have. Okay, so let's say this. So people have the right to flee said country from war, correct?
Sure.
Okay.
But if they
So
all
why is
consider
Israel
themselves
closing
Arabs,
borders?
if they all consider themselves Arabs, why don't Egypt help the Palestinians
Why does it
out?
matter who they are? That's my point. It doesn't
Because
matter. Any human should
because
be able to have this
because any
right.
country
White
that
flag.
invited Palestinians in became a failed state, brother. Look at Lebanon. Look at Jordan.
Yeah, you mean
Jordan had to
you know what's
push
crazy as well?
back. Jordan
You
had
know,
to push
Israel
back,
put
and Jordan had to
walls.
beat the population down. Lebanon had to do the same thing. That's why Lebanese Christians in the 80s fought back against the Palestinians in the south of Lebanon. I'm not saying that
There is
Palestinians are
no
bad people,
history
brother,
of
but when Palestinians fire rockets from Jordan or they fire rockets from Lebanon, they fuck up other countries because then Israel goes and fucks up Lebanon for no reason because it's Palestinians. It's not the Lebanese people attacking, it's Palestinians in the south attacking. It's a terrorist group under
So you're
Gaza
telling
or
me, so you're telling
Palestinians.
me Hamas is everywhere? Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Everywhere.
Brother, Hamas is in the UK. Hamas is everywhere, brother. You don't think Hamas?
Okay.
You don't think Hamas is everywhere? Hamas is in Qatar. Hamas is everywhere, brother. In Europe, Germany,
Okay. So
France.
if this is the case, then if they're everywhere, surely they can organize something and cause a big ruckus, which would force other people's hands. No, like surely
Brother,
if it was
wasn't
global,
there an attack?
they'd just give
Wasn't
up.
there an attack on a synagogue not that long ago in the UK?
No, it's all mosques that are getting attacked here. What? Like there are. It is literally just mosques. That like recently there are so
What
many EDL. Do you know what the EDL is?
was there an attack on on a synagogue in the UK recently?
Not that I know of, but majority of the population right now. And if there was, that's unfortunate.
Attack on a synagogue in the
Oh.
UK on October 2nd, 2025. During Yom Kippur in
Mm-hmm.
Manchester, a man drove into pedestrians and then stabbed worshippers at the Hebrew Cathedral. This attack resulted in 2 fatalities and several injuries. The assailant, who was linked to ISIS, was shot and killed by police. The UK government has reaffirmed its commitment to combating extremism and anti-Semitism.
Brother, can I ask you something? Did you grow up
Okay.
in the UK?
Yes, I'm born and bred here.
Okay. I think it's a tragedy that mosques in the UK are getting attacked and burnt down. I don't think
Okay.
that's acceptable. I don't think any of
Mhm.
that's acceptable. I don't think that anyone from the UK, regardless of their race, color, gender, should be demonized because of their background. But what I have to ask is
Yeah.
when Christmas markets across Europe and the UK are getting shut down because they're being threatened that there's going to be terrorist attacks, when Germany canceled their Christmas markets,
Oh,
when they let the when
he
Merry
replied.
Christmas!
He said
I'm
depends
glad
on the
I'm glad
variation
he's
slash
okay,
color.
brother. I'm glad he's okay first of all, brother. And shout out to you, brother. You know, honestly, you're the first person that I've talked to when I ask people, like, can you name one Palestinian from Gaza? You're the only person that I think I've met that actually can name and talk to a person in Gaza. So thank you, brother. Just,
Yeah, like this is family, by the way. This is like my cousin. This is
yeah.
y- y-
And like I said, brother,
yeah.
I'm sorry that, you know what I mean, he's going through that situation right now. And, you know, I hope that, you know, after this is over, your family is able
I can be
to.
reunited with him. Yeah,
Yeah, brother. Honestly,
yeah, of course.
that's what I
People want
want,
that.
brother. I don't want to see anything bad happen to your family, brother. That's not what most Israelis or Jewish people would want, brother. Oh, did I lose them? Oh,
Nah,
all right,
man.
cool, cool, cool. Yeah. Honestly, brother, like I said, I want to see. You know, I really think Gaza could have been kind of like the Emirates, brother. I mean, even before 2023, Gaza was a beautiful place, brother.
Yeah, no, of course it was. Of course it was. But right now, you're saying it's not a genocide. Okay, so could you state what a war is? It's when two countries have their military and they go at each other,
It's not
correct?
even two countries, brother. It could be a civil war. It could be a terrorist like the
Yeah, no,
U.S.
of
going
course.
after the Taliban. You know,
Yeah,
a
of
war
course.
is
But
just
right now,
yeah,
yeah, okay, cool. So nonetheless, it's still two people going at each other with military.
yeah.
Okay,
But the thing is,
where's Gaza's military?
so Hamas is the political party, not by choice, but forced upon the people of Gaza.
Okay, so by that logic, okay, so okay, so you're telling me
It's a sad thing,
you're gonna
brother.
bomb a whole civilization
Brother,
all
the U.S.
because
and
of one
Fallujah
group?
had around the same population lose their lives, and it's a tragedy, brother. Nobody wants to see it happen, but this is how people from the Middle East fight. The enemy to my enemy is my friend. Israel equips clans in Gaza to fight Hamas. Hamas, Islamic Jihad, Lion's Den, they're all groups that go after the IDF. They don't wear uniforms, except for Al Jazeera. Qatar gives them tons of funding. Qatar harbors their leadership. Can I ask you something? Why do you
Go on.
think it's okay for Qatar to let the leaders of Hamas live a lavish lifestyle? Why aren't the leaders of Hamas in Gaza like
Number
Netanyahu's in
one,
Israel, brother? Do you know how many hits Netanyahu's had against his life since the start of the war?
number one, you just put words in my mouth and never said it was okay for them to live a lavish
No, no,
lifestyle.
I didn't say it was. I asked. I asked you. I asked you.
But no, you didn't. You said it. You said it straight up.
Well, I'm just asking
you,
you.
you, okay.
It's just the way, brother. We're from two different places. It's just the way we talk. Um, so what I'm asking
It's
you
not.
is,
Okay.
what I'm asking you is, brother, why is it
Okay.
okay for Qatar to harbor the leadership of Hamas while the people of Gaza suffer after the leadership of Hamas is the ones who called for this attack? Why are they not standing with the people?
Run that by me again. Sorry, I'm getting
You're good,
texted.
brother.
So run that by
You're
me
good.
again.
Why are the leadership of Hamas not standing with the people of Gaza? Why are they in Qatar living a lavish life protected by Qatar?
How can they live a lavish life when they're into? So you're telling me they're in Qatar as well?
The leadership?
Okay, so if the leadership in Qatar, why is
Brother,
Palestine getting bombed?
brother, Israel bombed Qatar.
When?
Israel, about 6 months ago, they bombed the leadership in Qatar, brother.
Okay. Didn't they send missiles back because of said? I remember seeing this maybe.
No. They sent F-series fighter jets and bombed Qatar's sovereign land.
Yeah, no, I'm saying did Qatar fight back?
No,
Oh my
because they
God.
don't have a military to fight back. They had the
Exactly. So okay, if they don't have a military to fight back, why bomb them? Surely you could just like you could talk to the
they
government.
didn't bomb the people of Qatar, brother. They bombed a Hamas compound. They only hit the Hamas compound. Nobody else died but the people in the Hamas compound. It was a very strategic attack, and it was done to show that the leadership of Qatar, wow, the leadership of Hamas could be hit anywhere.
Mm.
Even the U.S. wasn't for it. But at the end of the day, brother, you gotta do what you gotta do.
I feel like I'm going in circles here. Like,
But
yeah, this is
what I'm asking you is, why isn't the leadership in? Why aren't they even in the West Bank? Why aren't they in Jordan? Because Jordan wouldn't accept them. Why aren't they in the West Bank? Why aren't they with the Palestinian Authority? Why are they living a lavish life in Qatar while the people in Gaza suffer? I don't understand.
okay. The people of Gaza are suffering from Israel, from your country.
Yes,
It's not
brother,
because of Hamas. This is just going in
brother,
circles. It's
brother,
always
brother.
no. Wait, let me run. Let
Before
me speak
before
because you're always doing this, and I
before
never get to talk.
before October 7th, right?
There we go.
Hamas
No point, man.
Hamas took out of their such a good conversation, brother. Such a good conversation.